Some of you may recall in a previous video that I mentioned a trip that I took down Route 66 back in 1967. I told you I was going to do a video about that, and this is the video. Today is the day. So if you're interested, hop in, buckle up, and get ready for a drive. Our adventure begins on a bright July morning in 1967 when my best friend Wes and I throw our suitcases into the trunk of my car and pull out of the driveway. Now, I need to mention the car because if you're a car buff, you might find this interesting. It was a 1964 Chevy Impala Super Sport. Midnight blue with silver blue vinyl bucket seats with a 4-speed shifter in the console. Under the hood was probably one of the best engines that Chevrolet and General Motors ever produced, the 327. It was a 2-door and, the kicker, a convertible. So if you're making a road trip, that's not a bad ride. So we pulled out of the driveway and headed to the gas station. Now the 64 Chevy Impala had a 20-gallon gas tank. And in those days, gasoline was available in 2 varieties, regular and what we called ethyl. It was all leaded gas, so we didn't have unleaded in those days, and it ran, regular was about 19 cents a gallon. So if I pulled the Impala into the gas station running on fumes, there was no way I could ever put $4 worth of gas in the tank. We started pumping the gas, and Wes and I went inside to get some maps because we had no idea how to get there other than we knew it was west. In those days, gas stations gave road maps away for free. So we picked up what we needed and we headed south from there down to Joplin, Missouri, where we picked up Route 66 and drove it through Kansas, Oklahoma, the Badlands of New Mexico, the desert of Arizona, until we reached the palm tree lined beaches of California and the beautiful blue Pacific Ocean. Along the way, there were numerous mom and pop organizations, businesses, diners, motels, curio shops, trading posts that were designed to attract the tourists that were a constant stream of revenue going both directions along Route 66. And we stopped at a few of them. You could buy anything from Navajo blankets to ceramic pottery, silver jewelry with turquoise settings. There was just about anything. We did stop at one thing that we thought would be particularly interesting, and that was the world's largest reptile and alligator farm. It turned out that unless you really like muddy, stinky attractions, it's probably not worth your time. So if you take the trip, I wouldn't stop there. There were also billboards lining the highway the whole way. Looking back at it, that trip was probably the most memorable trip I have ever taken, and I would highly recommend it for anyone who would like to look at some historical or nostalgic memorabilia. If you do happen to take that trip, there are 2 things I would suggest that you pick up and take along with you. I wish we would have had them. One of them is the Drew Knowles Route 66 Adventure Handbook. This book is divided by state, and it starts in Illinois, goes through Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California, and it has every city listed along the way with everything there is to see and do. It lists the restaurants, what kind of food they have, the price range, etc. Very valuable book. You can pick one up on Amazon for like 13 bucks new. The other thing is a series of 8 state maps that cover the 8 states that Route 66 traverses. Inside, you will find a map that shows the old alignment of the highway and which portions of it that you can still drive on. It's very good if you want to drive the old alignment as much as possible. So I would recommend those 2 items. And if you're near Tucumcari, New Mexico, stop in at the Blue Swallow Hotel, because it's still in business and you can still reserve a room there. Great nostalgia. So that's the Route 66 trip. Until I speak with you again, and even after that, you stay safe. One other thing. Please feel free to leave a comment. I'd like to know that you're out there, and if you have questions, ask. If you have a comment, comment. I'll be more than happy to answer every one of them. So, as I said, until I speak to you again, and even after that, you stay safe.